Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. This is Kenneth, and the first thing I have to say is I want to give my apologies for didn't make a video last week, because normally I used to upload all my videos on Friday, but I didn't publish a video in the last week because I was moving from one state to other, and as you can see, I don't know if you are very you have a good observation, but I am in a different place right now. So this is the new place do I live now, and I have to say it has some benefits. We are not close to a airport. Every single year they are expensive. The skins are getting more expensive. But today we are going to talk about that, and I want to know your opinion. Maybe you have a different opinion of me, but I don't believe it. And that's very helpful for me because you are not going to have too much noise in the next videos. Um, well, after the apologies and explain all the situation, the next thing I want to say is I want to speak about the topic of this video. And the second thing is this is going to be a little bit late because I already said I used to publish all the videos on Friday, but this is going to be on Sunday, I expect, for this week. What is the topic for the video? Well, it is going to be about um, how do you buy your video games? What is the best strategy to buy video games in this current days? Because everything is going to the sky in the price, and video games are not the section on these days. So I want to share my strategy, and I'm just going to focus on the digital games because I don't like too much the physical format in these days because it's not what it used to be. Normally we got key cards, we got games incompleted, we got many games with us we are not they are not good without the 1 day patch. So I don't like too much the physical games in these days. So this video is going to be only focused on digital games. So after this long introduction, and I think it's the longest for one of my videos, I don't have nothing more to say, and let's go start with the topic of this video. Okay everyone, and the next thing is I'm going to speak about three categories of video games. The first thing is the digital games on PS5. You know, I don't have an Xbox, I just have PlayStation, and I want to speak only about the digital games on this console and how do you reach those games, if you have good deals on the platform, and what benefits you have about to buy your games in the PlayStation Store. I This isn't a spoiler. Is I don't like too much the PlayStation Store. But in the second step, we got the Nintendo Switch 2, and I want to speak about the eShop and how the digital games are in this console, because you know this console have too many problems with the physical versions of the games because they start to sell key cards, and now I used to buy games for Nintendo Switch on physical format for Switch 1, but I don't do that anymore after I see that notice, and I decided to change all my collection of games to the digital versions in the eShop. And in the last place, we obviously are going to speak about the PC and all the versions and different options you have when you are playing in a PC. You know, you also have Steam, Epic Game Store, Battle.net, I guess, and many other stores. So I'm going to speak about those options. Well, I don't have nothing more to say for the categories of the game, so let's go start one by one. Okay, let's start with PlayStation Store. they have good deals, and I think they have like many exclusives. And the best point and one of the strongest point of PlayStation Store is almost every game is going to have a deal eventually, and probably if you compare this platform with all the other consoles, that's very important. The consoles, they probably have the best price in all the competition, but PlayStation Store had different problems. I don't know if you already see, but actually they are having problems with, like, if you buy the game, you have to verify the game after before 30 days after you buy it. If you didn't verify with the internet, they are going to take out your game that you already paid, and you are not going to receive a reimburse, a refund for that game. So that is completely crazy. It doesn't make sense. If you buy it, you buy it, you pay it for it. You don't have to verify with internet if you buy that game. Well, anyways, they have more problems than that, like PlayStation Network doesn't work too good. For example, I guess it's the worst network platform for the consoles, and that's something that I don't like it. But I'm speaking about the price of the video games, and I have to say, definitely the PlayStation Store have good prices, and they have like many games with discounts. For example, in the Day of Plays on summer, they used to have very good prices. But I don't buy too much games on PlayStation because I have my PC, and in Steam I have better prices. So if you have PC and PlayStation, probably you are not going to buy games on this console. But for me it's a solid option, and if you only want to buy one console, probably in this time is the best option because you can get good deals in the future. But also the company is selling like games at $70 in the day one. So it's a 50-50. You don't have too much benefits, but you don't have the worst experience. I guess it's okay. I don't used to buy too much games on this console, and probably I will not be in the future. Well, and now I'm going to see the second kind of digital video games, and it is the video games of eShop on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch 1. I recommend to buy these games on the day one because the exclusive of Nintendo Switch, they don't drop the price, they don't have deals normally. And for example, like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that game is from 2017, and if you want to buy that on 2026 after 9 years, you are going to pay the same $60 or even more $70 if you are going to play that on Nintendo Switch 2 version. So I don't recommend to wait. For example, I buy every month again on Nintendo Switch 2, or I used to do it, and definitely I recommend buy day one because they don't have deals. And speaking about the third parties, it's also like they have good prices, but normally they are more expensive than the other platform. That's what I said in PlayStation. They have probably the best deals on consoles. Nintendo probably have the worst deals on consoles. Speaking about only third parties because the exclusives doesn't have discounts. But in my case, I have many games on digital version for Nintendo Switch 2, and I really recommend, like, if you only have like one amount of money for one game of $70 or $60, I would recommend to buy like Nintendo Switch 2 games exclusive because they are not going to drop the price. So if you buy it now or you buy it 2 years later, you are going to pay the same amount of money. In my opinion, that's my strategy. I buy the games on Nintendo Switch on day one, but only the exclusives because I don't play third parties on Nintendo Switch. And I think that is a very important part, like focus on exclusive. Okay, and finally we have the best option for probably all the players. It is Steam. Steam is the best platform for buy digital games. You got the best deals in the history on Steam. I, for example, buy too many games in the last months, like all games, but you are just paying like $2 or $5 for those games. That is insane. Not ne- There is no console that gives you those prices in the digital store. So in my opinion, my strategy right now is buy my games on Nintendo Switch 2 day one, the exclusive, because I like Nintendo and I like the games that they release every month because it's probably the strongest point of the console. They have exclusive games every month, and I buy it day one because they don't have discounts. But all the third parties, I just wait like 1 or 2 years, and you got good price on Steam, like games for $20, $15, or even it's a not top popular game, probably you are going to have like a deal of $10 after 2 years of the release. So in my opinion, the best way is like buy the games of Nintendo day one because they don't have deals, and wait for tip parties on PC, and you are going to spend like probably not only $80 per month and buying many games. Okay, everyone, that's everything I have to share about all the tips I have when I buying digital video games in different stores. So I hope you find helpful all these tips, and maybe they can change your strategy and help you to save money when you are buying your games. But it depends what kind of video games do you like it. For example, I didn't mention like the games of service because that depends what do you want to spend in those games. And that's everything I have to share in this video. I have to say again, sorry for didn't make video the last week, but I really like to make video for this week. I know I was a little bit late, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave your like, subscribe if you like the content, and I have to say I'm really happy with this channel. I see I'm having more visits than before, and that's made me very happy in these days. So I hope you have a good weekend and see you in the next video. Bye bye.